Hey everybody, it's Vanessa and I'm back finally with the next video of our Tulipán, our foundation paper piece quilt along here that we're working on. Remember, you're going to need to make 10 of these blocks with the black and then 10 with the red. So in this video, because we've already gone step by step with extra tips and tricks showing you how to do it with the black, I'm just going to kind of fast forward it here and play y'all some music while I make one of the red blocks. It's the exact same thing. Just make sure that you're referencing the illustration, this video. You can take a screenshot if you want to, so you know which fabrics to choose from when you need to grab the next fabric to put in each of the spots to create your blocks. Then after all your blocks are done, you're going to want to go ahead and trim them down. Trimmed as individual blocks like this, they should measure 7.5 inches square, which these guys already do. Remember that when you're looking at the actual foundation itself, the outermost line, okay, is the seam allowance. So you don't want to cut to the solid line that's inside. That's where the block is going to finish once it's pieced together to create the quilt top. So the outermost line that you see is the one that you should trim to, because from this here where I've trimmed to the inner line that still goes all the way around the unit here, this is where it's going to finish. So we still need to have that 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. Now remember, if you need to find the foundation and the file where you can download it, I've included that in the description box below for you, as well as the other videos in this quilt along series, so that you can watch every single step one at a time, so that you too can create this Tulipán quilt that I've designed. Okay, now I'm going to trim down the red ones here so you all can see how I do it, and this is actually one of my favorite parts. So you can see that I have some extra all the way around. When you trim, you don't want to just go by the measurement and do it from the front. You definitely want to flip it over and trim from the foundation paper side. Now that I have one done, it looks great to me. Always double check and make sure that you have fabric reaching all the way around. Otherwise, you may end up with some open and empty spots with no fabric in the finished quilt top, and you definitely don't want that. So I'll set this guy aside, and I'm going to do the exact same thing to my remaining blocks. And once you've completed 10 of the black blocks and 10 of the red blocks, the next step is actually to piece them together to create the full design of the quilt top. Now, I know a lot of you will probably be tempted to pull away and rip off the foundation backing on each of the blocks, because you're thinking, well, I needed to follow the lines to piece the blocks together, and now they're done. However, I don't recommend pulling the paper off at that point. A lot of times, as you're yanking off the foundation, you can be stretching and distorting the blocks, and you don't want to run into the issue where they don't come together seamlessly. So instead, I prefer to piece together the quilt top, and once it's done there, I know that the entire quilt top, for the most part, is stabilized, and then I like to sit and just peel off all the foundation backings. So the next step is to piece together the quilt top, and we will do that in the next video. So for now, go ahead and complete all 20 of your blocks total, and meet me back here for the next installment in this quilt along series.